engage the trigger. So then it'll just continue to run. Get it off of there. There it goes. Got one side of it clipped. Oh. Very lightly with just a moist brush. And put our piece back on. And then we can continue cleaning. Push it in. As you can see, it moved the body of the vacuum. And then we're just going to pull it apart. Now, we are going to use a red, because that's my favorite color. You're going to install your little tab here and push it into, might be a snug fit. We're going to oh man, okay, so basically I haven't made a Dyson vacuum cleaner video in a while. I went through and I made a bunch of Shark vacuum cleaner videos a while ago because those are primarily what I like and I use and I have at some of my buildings. I'm actually a master of the custodial arts and a semi-professional Dyson vacuum mechanic, if some of you guys people didn't know that. And what I'm going to do today is I've got a building that is has been completely gutted and remodeled during this current crisis. So the employees that come back are going to come into a brand new building, and they actually they ripped up all this old glued down carpet and put carpet squares down in there, and that's the dishwasher. My employer, this vacuum was sitting a while ago in the shop, and I emailed my boss. He said just take it and use it for parts. So I do have some of these at some buildings, and this one here, it may be beyond repair, so I decided to make a video on how to modify, and we're going to basically custom build one of these Dyson V6 models. So the average price for this, after I added up everything, is about $110. I don't mind putting the money into the vacuum for work because y'all tend to like my vacuum videos that I do on YouTube, so I'll probably make that money back up personally, I don't know, 6 months or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to basically custom build a Dyson V6. And if you have one of these vacuums, these Dyson V6, they're a little older. As they get older, they do tend to break, and I'm just going to completely disassemble this, and we're gonna basically build a brand new one. Other than that, the only part that we're going to be using is the main body part with the trigger. It still functions. However, everything else is kind of scrapped. So I'm going to show you this vacuum. I don't know who had this vacuum in the company, but this is one of the dirtiest Dyson vacuums I've ever seen. If you have a Dyson V6, I'll put a link below. Everything that we use, I'll link below, and I get the main source of my parts is from an eBay person, and I'll put their link below. But other than that, all these parts can be had on eBay or Amazon fairly cheap. It's going to cost about $110 for me to custom build and modify this vacuum. So if you have one of these that's broke, you could probably fix it for about 30 bucks. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm going to show you this vacuum first. Okay, and I just want you to see that the actual Cyclone, this is the Cyclone piece on the vacuum, has actually been extremely busted. And there's actually tape covering some of the holes. And it's got a bunch of, it's basically falling down is what it is. But it's still, the motor still functions. This thing is pretty rough. In the dust bin, I mean, it is dirty. Just dropped dirt all over my floor. And link below, I have one of the best Dyson V6 videos on the internet on how to clean these. So if you have one of these vacuums and you need it cleaned, click the link below and I will show you how to completely clean this. So this vacuum, we're going to go ahead and start disassembling this and try to bring it back to life. Okay, first things first, we need to remove this dust cup. So it's fairly simple to remove the dust cup. It's hard for me to remember. I think you just hold it down and then pull it out. So you're going to basically, we're going to have the dust bin 1, We'll release the dust bin and then push it, hold it down. Oops. Then we'll get it off of there. This dust bin actually is still good. Usually these little tabs break, so I will definitely keep this dust bin for parts for another vacuum if we need it. Sometimes the electrical connections on the inside here will go bad from the wand being hooked up and released a bunch. I didn't realize that there was that much dust here. I really don't like a dirty house. God, look at the dirt come out of this thing. This Dyson V7, if you look at it, I got it wedged up in between underneath of a office desk, and just by this little piece being broke there, this needs to be repaired as well. Okay, now that we have the dust bin removed, we're going to want to remove the battery. There should be 2 screws. Now there's, on these units, there's a Phillips head screw. There's a couple different types of Phillips heads, screwdrivers. For a lot of you that don't know, you need to use one that is the proper fitment for these screws, or you may possibly screw this up. So you need a finer tooth screwdriver to get these screws out. And we're just going to remove this first screw in the front. And I'm going to go ahead and keep these Dyson screws because in one of the future builds, all these Dyson vacuums use the same screw. And this is actually going to remove the battery from the vacuum. There we go. So the battery's good, saved me 20-30 bucks. You can really tell how dirty it is. Look at the dirt on the inside of this battery. I have another battery because we're going to battery mod this V6, but when you've got dirt, oh my God. Okay, now we're going to attempt to remove the Cyclone piece from the body of the vacuum. There is a tool that's specifically designed for this. It's a couple dollars. I'll put the link below. There's a couple ways of doing this. However, I actually bought the tool this time, and I believe I've never actually used this tool, but I believe you just stick it down here, and there's actually a clip inside of there, and it's just going to force the clip to be moved, and then you can pull the body of the vacuum apart here. Okay, so let me get a better picture of this. You see these 2 white clips inside of here? There's one on each side, this white piece. And what we're going to do is this tool is going to slide right down the shaft here, and it's going to go and pinch those clips. Actually, this might need to go the other way. I'm not 100%. It goes this way, and then you're going to insert the tool and then push it in. As you can see, it moved the body of the vacuum, and then we're just going to pull it apart. Now it sounded like it broke, but it didn't. It's just in there that snug. So what we have here is this tool pinches these clips. I had to do this with a needle nose of my V6 cleaning. See what it did? And having this plastic tool will save that clip. Good luck trying to find a replacement of that clip. Now I actually have a little brush, so we're going to take a little break here, and I'm actually going to clean this up just a little bit before I reassemble this. And I am going to have to get the the brush wet, so I'm going to want to let this set for a while just to get this cleaned up, and then I'll bring it back. I'll come back and do this after this is all dried up. Okay, I wasn't really wanting to get into this, however, take a look at this back cover. I just removed this back cover. In that cleaning video I have, it'll show you how to remove this. And look at this is your exit filter. This is also used, this filter is used to quiet the vacuum down. But I'm gonna end up having to clean this. And then just look at the circuit board. I have some electric cleaner out in the garage I'm gonna have to get, but I'm gonna have to clean this up while I have this all apart, so. These are just the foam filters, and we're just gonna use water. And this is gonna delay me putting the vacuum together. I didn't think I was gonna do this. We're just gonna squeeze the dirt out of it, get all the water out of it, and then I gotta let this dry. Just be real careful with this. Then we've got the rear cover as well. And I'll have to let this all dry and see if we can continue on here. Then I'm just gonna very lightly, with just a moist brush here, and this is gonna have to set overnight. Just gonna clean these electronics up a little bit. On the circuit board. And this is going to have to set for 24 hours since I had to do this. I didn't think it was going to look like this, so I'll get in and scrub this down, and then we'll move on as this dries out. Okay, now that we've got everything cleaned up, I'm actually going to wait and put the back cover back on. What we're going to do is we're going to install the Cyclone piece. So we're going to go ahead and use our tool here and compress our plastic piece on the inside here, and we're going to install my new red Cyclone. My favorite color is red. I have to be careful here. There it goes. Got one side of it clipped. Oh, unclipped it. Okay, we're going to kind of do the top part and then come down to the bottom. And try to get it. There we go. You may have to force it a little bit. Now with the clip in there, we're going to pull our tool back out. And now we've got our new Cyclone installed onto the head piece here. This tool, well worth the money. I don't really advise doing that with the circuit board open like that, but I only have so much time in the day. Then we're going to install our new dust cup onto our motor. So what we're going to do is we have a little tab on the front here. We're going to try to latch that into the front of the cup. On the front of the cup, there's a little indentation here. That's where that's going to clip in. So we're going to go ahead and try to line our piece up and hook it in. Like so. It'll kind of hold the cup there once you get it hooked into the piece. then we're just going to kind of press on the bottom of the cup and it'll click in. Put the bottom of the cup up, make sure it drops, bada bing, bada boom. Next piece we're going to install, our brand new filter. Picked up a 3-pack off of Amazon. I don't know how much, it was under 10 bucks. Go ahead and install. We're almost there. I think it's best to go ahead and get the rear cover piece on before we go any further. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our external piece in first, like so. There's little tabs for the placement of the filter inside the housing, and we're going to go behind the tabs. Make sure everything looks okay, and then we're going to install our foam pad back to where it was. And I've heard of people that have sprayed this down with I don't know, like a vanilla spray or something that they like in their house. It'll smell good when you run it for a while. I don't really have anything like that, so there we go. So our filter, well, it's not really a filter. The other models have a HEPA filter, but this is more for just noise reduction. I haven't done one of these in such a long time. And then we're going to kind of force it down. What's going to happen here is when you're putting this cover on, it's going to get caught on the sides here. So you're just going to kind of pry it up over the body here. And we've got our piece in the trigger. We've got it on each side of the body. And now we're just going to take our hand and we're going to push and lock it into place, like so. And I do not believe we're going to put our screw back into this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to modify this so this vacuum can take multiple batteries. And what I mean by multiple batteries is when one battery runs out, I want to be able to pull it out and put a second battery in. So the big downfall of the V6 series was the battery life. The batteries were pretty high tech when these were made. I think they were lithium ion. Not 100% sure, but they only run for about 20 or 25 minutes, where the newer ones we can get about 40-45 minutes out of. So what I found was there was a seller on eBay that had these devices. I said, that's pretty cool. I could use that, because when I'm inside of a building, I need to just continue vacuuming, get in and get out. So what this guy did on his 3D printer was, this is really cool. And I'll put the link below. I have been in contact with him, so I told him to keep these listed. He 3D printed these, this device. And what it does, this is just an excess piece. What it does is you want to install your little tab here and push it into, might be a snug fit. We're going to push it into the actual piece that he designed. And this piece, believe it or not, is going to be inserted right here, like so. And you're going to put your battery in. Actually, put our battery in first. And now that we have our piece, we're going to put our piece on here. You basically have a little squeeze here, and this piece snaps in to your battery. So if this battery runs down while you're using it, or maybe you have a larger house, you come in, squeeze the tab, remove the old battery that needs to be recharged, and then we have another battery. we're going to squeeze it and put our piece back on, and then we can continue cleaning. So this is a really cool piece. And then he also has, this is for your wall charger that he printed up. And what it does, let me get the wall charger. So you have your wall charger mount, and you put this on the front of your battery. Oh, goes this way. You put this on the front of your battery like so, and with your wall charger mount on the wall, you plug your battery in, and it'll charge your other battery when you need it charged. Then when you get that battery charged, you unplug it, and you come in, and you've got your other battery getting charged. So just genius of the 3D printers. So if you have one of these V6 series and you want to invest $20 into getting another battery, I think he has these for around $10. I'll put the eBay link below. I get no commissions. This guy that did this, I thought this was genius. So this is a big godsend if you have a larger house and don't want to upgrade to a Dyson, a better Dyson, and just want to buy another battery. So okay, so now I want to talk about the next modification, also a 3D printed device. That is a trigger lock. Basically, someone used a 3D printer and they made this little device here. And now that we're able to switch out batteries, I also want to show you, this would be good for, they have an attachment on this, so you can do like your blinds and stuff. And what this is this is just a trigger lock that it slides onto the piece here, and then it'll engage the trigger. So then it'll just continue to run, and you won't have to keep pressing the trigger. So it's just another neat little thing that people are making with them 3D printers. Okay, so now that we have our essentially brand new V6 vacuum set up, this was the old, oh, this thing's nasty, old purple one. I think this was an animal model. So about 18 bucks, got on eBay. We are going to use a red, because that's my favorite color, red stick here. And then we have our V6. I went ahead and cleaned this up beforehand. So here we go on the head. Bam, baby. All right, good. So basically, I was able to rebuild this and build this out for 110 bucks. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll put the build out prices in the description below. And if you have a V6 model, check out that cleaning video. Like I said, that's my most popular video that I've ever made, is cleaning the Dyson V6. And for about 110 bucks with the previous motor from an old V6, I was able to build a new vacuum essentially. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So, but if you have one of these, essentially this battery clip is definitely worth the investment. Spend the money, go through the links below, get the battery I recommend, and then get the clip off of eBay. That way you can switch out and you can run for even longer of a time. So thanks for watching. Check out the playlist below, and I've got to do a Dyson V7 video as well, and a V10. So Dyson mechanic, here I come.